Gold card will soon replace green cards for immigrants willing to pay $5 million. I'm gonna hear him out. I'm gonna hear him out. That's a lot to take in just as a single. Wow. Gold card. Of course, it's gold. They should call it the Trump gold card. Gold Trump card will soon replace green cards for immigrants willing to pay $5 million. It almost doesn't sound real. Let's listen to it.
We're going to be doing something else that's going to be very good. We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million.
It's real. That's real. This is a real thing. This isn't made up. Is this AI? Is this an AI? This looks like a real Trump.
And that's going to give you green card privileges. Plus, it's going to be a route to citizenship. And wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card. They'll be wealthy, and they'll be successful, and they'll be spending a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes and employing a lot of people. And we think it's going to be extremely successful. Never been done before, anything like this, but it's something that we're going to be putting out over the next, would you say 2 weeks, Howard? Do you want to say a couple of words about it?
Sure.
So, President, are there
Wait a
any
minute.
requirements for that
Hang on a
gold
sec.
card? Do you have to invest a certain amount of money in this country in order to qualify for that gold card?
Okay, that's what I'm wondering. It's like, wait, who's gonna buy? Wait, is it that much in demand? You know, like who's gonna buy this?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Go
the
ahead.
EB-5 program was really you lend some money, but it was full of nonsense, make believe, and fraud, and it was a way to get a green card that was low priced. So the president said, rather than having this sort of ridiculous EB-5 program, we're going to end the EB-5 program. We're going to replace it with the Trump Gold Card, which is really a green card gold. So they'll be able to pay $5 million to the U.S. government. They'll have to go through vetting, of course. We're going to make sure they're wonderful, world-class global citizens. They can come to America. The president can give them.
I can see that being what people's main concern too, especially righties. Like, well, okay, who are we letting have this? Who are we letting in? Are they vetted? Yeah, they're vetted. That's good.
Them a green card, and they can invest in America, and we can use that money to reduce our deficit. Why do we give out lotteries of green cards? Why do we give out EB-5 for green cards? The President of the United States understands that the right answer is, why don't we eliminate the deficit of the United States of America instead?
Interesting.
The gold card.
Hold on. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so think of like companies like Microsoft, Apple, SpaceX, right? These are companies that have the budget to like hire anyone in the world that they want. Like they can hire the smartest people in the world. They have the money. They could just find those people and hire them. And a lot of times I think they have tapped out all the smart people in America. So they start venturing outward, which there's a much larger mass of humans other than just Americans. So there's a larger pool of people to pull from that are very smart, and we can bring them here. However, sometimes them being foreigners, it's really hard for them to move here and work. And in order to get them here, these companies are probably willing to spend the $5 million. So it's probably not just wealthy individuals that want to come over, but companies here in the U.S. that want to bring over skilled workers that are worth it. Because there's some people that can do things that are worth way more than $5 million. And a company would be way willing to pay for that to bring them on. They'll pay that. They'll move their whole family. They will give them a ton of money because they could do something that is going to make that company a lot of money. And I think that that is a very common situation. And something like this is a way of getting the smartest people here while making a lot of money doing it. What? That's actually kind of big brain.
The gold card, well, millions, but the gold card will bring in with it people that create jobs.
The Gulf of America sign. I gotta say, it's like it's just there. It's part of the art. It's it's such a troll.
Very high level people. I think companies will pay to get people in. For instance, you today graduate from the Wharton School of Finance or Harvard or Stanford or any college, and nobody knows if you can even go to work for a company. So Apple and all these companies that want to get people to be working for them will be able to buy a card, and for the people that are number one in their class at top schools, I see that as one of the things. But generally speaking, it'll be people with money and people that create jobs, and they won't have to pay any tax on income outside of the United States, which they're not paying right now. They're not.
That sounds smart too. To bring in the rich people, let's bring in rich people to our country. Why are all the rich people in other countries living there, spending all their money there? Bring rich people here so they live here and spend all their money here. They bring their operations here. It's interesting. This is an interesting play in the global thing because we're a very desirable place to live, especially for wealthy people.
Citizens, but they'll have to pay, if they create jobs in the United States, they'll pay full taxes like everybody else. So you're getting big taxpayers, big job producers, and we'll be able to sell maybe 1 million of these cards, maybe more than that. And if you add up the numbers, they're pretty good. As an example, 1 million cards would be worth $5 trillion. $5 trillion.
Wow.
And
that's
if you
a lot
sell
of money.
10 million of the cards, that's a total of $50 trillion. Well, we have 35 trillion in debt. That'd be nice. So we'll see. But it could be great. Maybe it will be fantastic. We have it all worked out from the legal standpoint. It's totally legal to do.
Interesting.
Hasn't been done before. It's been done in many different forms. We give them away. Why should we give them away? We shouldn't give them away. And I think it's something very exciting. I think it's potentially just something that we're all very excited about.
With stuff like this, we're just going to have to wait and see if it works. There's a lot of intriguing ideas being presented from the Trump administration. I'm not going to lie. Some of them do sound scary. Some of them sound really interesting. Some of them sound very promising. But at the end of the day, they're new ideas. These are a lot of new things that are being done right now that have never been done before. And I like that. I think a lot of people like that. I want to try this. I want to see what happens. Is this good for our country? With this, like, how many people have $5 million to throw away at becoming a U.S. citizen? Just saying, right? And the type of people that are able to make $5 million, I mean, those sound like pretty, typically, I think they're going to be pretty capable people. If you're able to make $5 million, you got to be a certain type of person. I think that's the type of person we want to have here. You know, there's a lot of lefties that are saying we need all the guys in here so they can pick our fucking strawberries and stuff. And that's so racist, in my opinion. Like, I want the people here that can make shit happen. I think that would be really good for our civilization. Just saying.